All right, A-Team, I'm gonna walk you through our Southland trailer's Gooseneck and what the key benefits are and what to look for. So first things first, we're gonna kind of take you under here and show you the VIN sticker. That's where you're gonna get a lot of your information from. It's gonna tell you your weights and what you can actually physically haul payload-wise. It'll give you your actual serial number and other key things that you need to understand when buying this trailer. So to start with, this is a tandem dually axle, 10,000 pound trailer, which gives you a full hauling capacity of 17,536 pounds. The full weight of this trailer comes in at 7,465 pounds, and it's black. And then going through the rest of the front end here, obviously we got our big 1/2" 3/8 safety chains, which is rated for what this puppy can haul. 2 5/16 coupler ball on the front there, rolls into your wiring. It's tucked up nice and neat here. I'll pull that out for you because it is a cold weather harness. So in the winter time, this sucker isn't going to be doing that for you. It'll actually be moldable and you'll be able to plug that into your truck and wherever else you need to take it to. So that then rolls into our Volflex wiring harness that's running into here, and nice and neat with our elevator bolts up on top, and drops down along the frame and takes you to the back end. Also up top here, we have our brake control box that's here. Come in here and take a peek at that and how that's all wired up and set up. And that's the battery that's going to power your electric brakes. So that's what's running this unit, is an electric brake that plugs into your truck. So when you hit your truck brakes, it kicks on your trailer brakes as well. Then up on top, hidden in here, which is a nice spot for your spare tire, mounted securely there. If you ever have a flat tire and you need to change it out, you have your spare available. Then coming down to here, we got our 12,000 pound winch mounting plate. So if you have a winch that you would like to mount onto here and pull vehicles up or pull whatever you need to help pull up onto your deck, you're able to use that and mount to this secured plate here. And jumping into our toolbox, that gas shock assisted toolbox, you can store all sorts of straps and things like that there. Mind you, I don't say your chains and boomers and stuff, because I'll show you a nice little feature up top on the deck here where we like to store that. Close, lockable, so it's all safe. You got tandem 12,000 pound jacks on the front here, which is clipped in on the side with a clip there. And you can just hand crank that, and then you have your adjustable lever here. Pull that pin, spring loaded, and it'll actually pop you up and get you flush and level. Coming around the side, you got a beautiful 16-inch handle here with your step that you can pull down and easily climb up on top. And like I said, bringing you up on top here, we have our friction hinge, which is super nice. Fold that up, put your chains in your boomers and stuff like that here, and it also gives you space into the deck that your chains can actually hang into, so they're not hanging on top of your deck and flopping around. So a nice chain storage tray there, because obviously you will have longer chains. That'll get tucked into there, hung up onto here. You close your adjustable friction hinge down, and it's lockable as well there, which is super, super nice. Bring you back down onto the deck and show you that this deck is HD fir decking. So that's 4 times more dense than your conventional lumber, which is super beneficial for you and just the overall ruggedness and efficiency that this deck is going to give you. From that, we also have all of our cross members, which is high tensile steel I-beam that is running here. And that's the same material that we use in our Wren commercial line, and we bring that down into these goosenecks, which just brings it more beefiness and strength to weight ratio, again, to help the weight in this unit and the overall integrity of this unit. So those are screwed on 16-inch centers all the way down. Then we're going to bump onto the side into your bump rail, and we got our reflective tape. We have our chain hooks and our stake pockets as well, so you can hook in all of these spots with your nice thick 2 by 3/8 flat bar along that side. And bringing you down to your side marker turn light here, and then another step that you can kick out if you have to get up onto here and do more cargo, tie downs and whatnot there. Rolling into your axles, we got our Lippert tandem dually axles that are kicking around here. with our oil bath. These ones are oil bath axles, which is super nice, into a hanger suspension on the back end here. Going down to our tire size here, we got an ST235 ADR 16 on a 16-inch hub rim as well into there. Yeah, and that basically sums up your axle configuration for you. This can go into tandem dually 10K, 12Ks, and also 16Ks is what we offer in the size of axles as your classification goes up in your trailer size. Coming into the back end, we go into our 6-foot Beavertail with our 6-foot ramp, which gives us a 12-foot HD ramp. This baby is a beauty. We have beautiful pins on the side here that have the cables as well, so easy to lock in, easy to take off and drop. It's not going to drop in the mud, the snow, you're not going to lose it. You can easily take that out now, and we will fold up our ramp. I want to point out nice thick 7/8 lugs here that are really nice, non-painted, beautiful attachments as well. The ramp is very nice and weighted for you to flip over for being a 6-foot ramp. A lot of things are 5 foot, and so a 6-foot ramp that is that weight is very nice, and that is attributed to our engineered dual spring design here, which I'll show you. And how that works is basically we have a spring acting one way and a spring acting the other way. So the spring will help you bring it all the way up, which makes it nice and light, and brings it nice and light all the way down as well. Like hardly any weight is on there, right? And again, going back to a 6-foot ramp, you can have the full width of the trailer when you flip out both of these ramps. There is no missing. It's easy to drive equipment up and off of your flat deck, and you're not going to have that risk of the ramp shifting left or right. It's a beautiful feature. We call it a 12-foot HD ramp, and it's a full width, which is excellent for you. Then you can also put the ramp up in another position here. If you do have extra cargo and things like that, you're able to put more storage, cars, your excavator and stuff like that can kind of be on the back end as well, and utilize this space if you need to have the ramps up in this position for travel. So coming around on the back end now, you got your lights all in the back as well. Got our nice mud flaps there protecting the bumper and the back. Then rolling into another side step, easy on that side. And the configuration is about the same all the way through. One thing I definitely do want to point out as we get underneath this trailer is our one-piece continuously robotically welded main beam. So very important key portion of our strength to weight ratio and how we build our trailers different. We have our pipe design as well that is coming down from our deck to support the beam and the overall integrity of the trailer. And again, that is coming from our commercial Wren brand, where we make 53-foot straight decks, step decks, and B trains that's hauling 50,000 plus pounds. On those units, we take that same style of technology and engineering, and we bring it down into this. And so this design is impeccable to the industry and what we do in our trailers. So make sure you really dive underneath here and look at the consistency of the welds. They're all robotically welded. They're all beautiful all the way through, because there is no stops and starts where that potentially fatigue could happen over time. It is all continuously welded to give you that strength to weight ratio and longevity of the trailer. So very important key feature there. It's all one consistent web as well, that either is 26 feet or 30 feet or 36 feet. Whatever that length of that trailer is, that web is one continuous piece. There is no seams in that web along the whole deck. One continuous piece. We put the flat bar 3/8 on the top, the bottom, we compress that together, and we fully robotically weld that all the way down. Super beneficial for you on that strength to weight ratio and what you can physically haul. And again, reverting back to that weight on the front of the trailer of that 7,000 pounds trailer weight, that's why it is that weight, is because of the strength to weight ratio and the engineering that we do to these trailers to take as much steel as possible out of it to make sure that that payload is as beneficial for you as possible, so that you're making as much money when you're hauling empty and when you're actually physically hauling your products. So coming back up to the front, then we got our paint. As you can see, beautifully nice and shiny. We have a nice sheen to our paint. That is PPG paint that we put down, a 2 polyurethane epoxy paint is how we do that. So our step process is basically we fab that trailer, we bring it to our paint area, which then will get a prep, it'll get blasted. We have a steel shot blast process that is cleaning that steel, and it's creating these peaks and valleys on that raw steel. So it's clean, it's taking off all that dirt, oils, and other things that is gonna prohibit that paint from sticking, right? So once it's cleaned, it rolls into our paint area where we actually do a liquid paint. It's not powder coat, we liquid paint everything. And again, referring back to the automotive industry, every single car on the road today is liquid paint. So make sure we understand that process, and you can refer to our key benefits page and it'll explain that process and how we do it. So big time benefit there, and then we paint it. We paint it multiple different colors. Black is obviously the most popular one that we do. Paint that trailer black for you, get that proper thickness, and then it typically goes into a bake booth where we bake it at about 190 degrees Fahrenheit for a 10 to 15 minute time frame, and then we start our finishing process of decals and wiring and tires and etc. So that's another super key beneficial process that we do different. And jumping into another key point is our camber, our continuous radius camber from start to finish, start of the deck all the way to the end of the deck, depending on what size of trailer you actually purchase, from our 24s, 26s, all the way up to our 36s, etc. That camber will be engineered into that whole trailer. So what that does is basically it preloads that beam for you, so that when you actually put that weight on it, it puts it into a nice level playing field of where the weight should be, and it's not overextending your unit. Like picture a noodle, and you take a noodle, if you put that too much stress on that noodle, eventually it'll just snap, right? Well, we preload that so that when it actually bends down and pushes with weight onto it, it's in its actually like resting state, and that's the state you want your trailer to be in when it has that loaded weight onto it. So again, make sure you understand that and understand how this camber benefits you and what you're hauling. All right, thanks guys. You can obviously find all this information on our website, and our spec sheets and whatnot lists everything for you, ranging from sizes, colors, you name it, it'll be on there for you. Or go and see one of our qualified dealers and they will be able to help you out as well. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.